deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIW G2SLGBTQIA+. This is abhorrent.
The funniest part about MMIWG2SLGBTQIA+ is they still felt the need to add a plus at the end just in case they missed anyone.
MMIW G2SLGBTQIA+.
For those of you fascists who don't know what that means, it's obviously missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning, intersex, and asexual. And we decided that the best way to honor these murdered and missing women was to lump them into the ever-growing category of gender identities and sexualities. We're also expanding that list to include the PWPPOTPs, or people who prefer pineapple on their pizza, as well as the WENTCWTPLs, or white empty nesters that clap in the plain lands. We will also be expanding out to the LXBM-TATT-MT3-SABR-31-FAT-WOWO-ABAIC, which of course refers to the Latinx busty MILFs that ask to try more than 3 samples at Baskin-Robbins 31 flavors, then walk out without actually buying any ice cream. So we're going to have the full alphabet soon. So yeah, super sad about the murdered women, though, the Indigenous ones.
Thank you, CJ Meany, for tagging me in this one.
I'm over here thinking that the whole LGBT thing was about your sexuality, was it not? Not whose land we're acknowledging this month. One minute it's love is love, and the next minute it's a missing person with a side of two-spirit. I mean, I know some of the gays who still haven't recovered with adding the T. Used to be LGB, nice, clean, everybody knew what it meant. Then the T showed up, and suddenly it's a whole buffet, and no one can decide what's on the menu. Now we're throwing in murdered and Indigenous woman and two-spirit people.
I am begging y'all to stop adding letters to the LGBT. I thought this clip was a joke. It is not. The second I saw these midlife crisis bangs, I knew she was going to say something absolutely insane. These people keep inventing new ways to play the victim card. We are going to run out of letters. What is the plus for? Okay, the plus could be doing more heavy lifting. Why do you even need the plus if you've got girls, two-spirit, lesbian, gay? I am sick of this. I am so absolutely sick of this. Don't you guys feel like some days everybody else has dropped acid, but we're still here living in reality in the world of common sense? We haven't gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs just yet. Now, I've said for years as a gay man, I am not part of the LGBTQIAR2D2 community, okay? I am a grown-ass man. I'm an individual who happens to be gay, okay? I don't need to be a part of some woke, insane community where we sit around singing Kumbaya and braiding each other's hair.
And Jordan Peterson had it right all those years ago. He summarized it very well.
You might be noticing that the LGBT set of acronyms keeps growing, eh? And it's kind of a form of its own parody in some sense. It's like, well, I'm oppressed. It's like, yeah, you are. And, well, I'm oppressed too. Yeah, you're also oppressed. And maybe I'm even oppressing you, being part of this other marginalized group, but at least we share our oppression. Well, I'm also oppressed. Well, so am I. I'm oppressed too. It's like...
Hi guys, so I'm sorry that this week my video is so late. I had technical difficulties with my filming equipment and it took me a couple of days to get it sorted out. So thank you for waiting, thank you for your patience, and I hope you enjoy this video even though it is a MAGA Meme Wednesday instead of Monday.
What is the weirdest thing about conservatives?
That they don't believe in facts.
What is a woman?
What is a woman?
Yeah.
Whoever identifies as one, I guess.
But that's not what facts say.
Man in critical condition after hearing slightly differing viewpoint. That is genuinely how it feels with some people. I thought this meme really summarized something very dark that we've seen with the left, with the far left in recent times. This is the best graphic description of the utter stupidity of the left. I don't know, I just think about the way that they celebrated Charlie Kirk, and the irony is that they are actually dependent on a lot of hardworking Republicans to keep the very systems that they want going. Christine Mulca tagged me in this one. Liberals say if confiscating all guns saves just one life, it will be worth it. Well then, if deporting all illegal aliens saves just one life, wouldn't that be worth it? And she said, I'm not sure that they get the higher math. The Democrats have been trying to do funny videos again.
Hey Congressman.
Can I help you?
What the f*** is up with Trump always chickening out on tariffs?
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
It's just so uncomfortable. Defiant L says, "Dear Lord, they are not good at this social media thing." No, they are not. As we always say, the left can't meme because they are memes. Also, Matt Walsh has been mocking the Obama Presidential Library because they are requiring photo ID.
The museum is also free on Tuesdays with proof of Illinois residency.
So I don't know if you heard that, but yes, they did say that you get in for free on Tuesdays if you're a resident of the state. But how would they know that? How would they possibly know? Wait, are they asking for IDs? Do you have to show an ID to go to the president's library? I couldn't believe it. So I looked it up. And if you go to the website, it says this, sure enough, must be able to provide proof of residency. Be prepared to show proof of residency at the museum with a valid photo ID, Illinois driver's license, state ID, or city-issued ID. I mean, this is shocking. I couldn't believe that. I looked that up this morning. I closed my laptop and I wept. I mean, if you want to know the truth, if you want to know, honestly, I did. I wept. I cried. I was so appalled. So appalled. Apparently, black people are not allowed to go to the Obama Presidential Library. This is the ultimate betrayal. The first black president bans black people from his library. That's the story. I can't believe it.
Teach a man to fish and you will feed him for a lifetime. Teach a man to steal fish and he will vote Democrat. Canadian man too polite to tell doctor he doesn't want to be euthanized. It's actually kind of sad because it's so close to the truth.
This message is for ICE, for immigration law enforcement. I am living in fear. I am very afraid you guys going to deport my mother-in-law, who lives on a 5th Avenue with 11th Street, on the yellow house. There's 2 palm trees on the front of the house. And also, if you guys see a Toyota Camry parked on the driveway, there's a great probability she's home.
We're trying to stop ICE from deporting this person who is an illegal immigrant. Do you support that?
Yes.
We're trying to stop them from deporting Jose Medina, who was charged last week with shooting and killing an 18-year-old college student. Do you think somebody like that should not be deported?
If they are working, they are paying their taxes, they want to support this country, why they need to be deported?
Because he shot and killed somebody.
It depends why.
Allegedly.
The question is like why he wanted to kill somebody, and it's completely different. They wanted to do it or they did it.
They shot her in the back.
I'm sorry. This person shot somebody else, or
yes.
What did 18-year-old guy did to this person?
Nothing. And it was a girl, an 18-year-old girl who was hanging out with her friends in Chicago. She didn't do anything. She was just innocent.
Okay, I'm against killing to anybody, but just deporting because something happened, I don't think that it's fair.
It's not fair to him to be deported?
Just only deporting because he killed, and if they don't want to think like why he did that or what happened, like to ask questions and to figure out what happened in general. Maybe we don't know some information.
I'm just trying to think, what could she have done to him that would have justified him killing her?
It's possible that she was in a wrong place, wrong time.
Really?
And it's possible that maybe she said something that he didn't like. I can't judge any of them.
Should he be deported if he's convicted?
I'm against of deporting.
We should have compassion for these people, illegal immigrants who shoot people, because maybe something happened to them.
It's possible. Maybe they had just a bad day, let's say.
Okay.
I just don't understand how we live in this reality. It's so frightening that this kind of thinking exists, and I just don't understand how it's possible that people can be that brainwashed. Trump came out with another line this week that was just only Trump could come out with.
Tonight I'm making a little speech at 9 o'clock, and basically I'm going to tell everybody how great I am. What a great job I've done. What a phenomenal job. What a phenomenal job I've done.
Amazing. But now, this is an old line from Trump, but it was doing the rounds again this week, and I just felt it deserves a revisit.
And I just want to thank you because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas. But you know what? I like you.
The president's discussing ongoing military strikes while flanked by the Easter Bunny is one of the most profoundly American images I've ever seen. The close-up is seriously intimidating. It really is. The stuff of fever dreams. People were questioning if they were imagining what they were seeing, if they were having some sort of psychotic break. How is a person supposed to tell if they're having a psychotic break or not these days? Everyone else can see the big rabbit listening to Trump talk about bombing Iran, right?
Yeah, it was so weird. Donald Trump, the apprentice guy, was standing on the balcony of the White House. The Easter Bunny was standing next to him, and he started talking about how he'd rescued these 2 fighter pilots in Iran because he'd started a war with Iran, and nobody thought that was weird. That was normal in this world. And the Easter Bunny was like applauding this.
And what about the rescue that took place yesterday? What about that?
And then he started talking about how, it's so weird. He started talking about how everybody had been screaming at him that eggs were too expensive.
Eggs! And they were screaming at me. What am I going to do about eggs?
But then he'd got 40,000 eggs. And then he said, eggs is a big thing. And it's a big thing for our first lady. She's a movie star. And the Easter Bunny applauded that, too.
Today we have more than 40,000 eggs. Eggs is a big thing, and it was a big thing to our great First Lady. She's a movie star.
And I looked down at my phone, and there was like a tweet or something from Trump saying, a whole civilization will die tonight. And I just felt so insanely stressed. But it's dream logic. Like, it makes no sense. I gotta stop eating so close to bed.
This was a photo out of the White House. Mytho MAGA says, I like how dramatic this photo is. For no reason. The Easter Bunny waiting to be introduced by Trump. It's very, very dramatic. That looks like a very pensive rabbit. Again, normal professional politicians just do not take wonderfully weird and memorable pictures like this. And then this footage went viral. Why do you think Trump had him next to him when he was threatening Iran? Makes a lot more sense now. President Trump and the Easter Bunny in the Situation Room. Last thing Iran's leadership will see. Terrifying. And the big twist is that that's actually Marco Rubio. Thank you, God+1, for tagging me in this one behind the scenes. And also thank you to Jennifer Hewitt for tagging me in this video.
Assalamu alaikum, bitches. This is your new Ayatollah speaking. Well, if you think about it, I'm more like your new I told you. Because I told you this would happen if you kept fucking around instead of taking JD's deal.
I told you, that is actually something that Trump would say, isn't it?
We are fighting for the gays of Hormuz right now.
Respect to them. They need us to fight for them. I'm with it.
Gays of Hormuz are being attacked.
That's not cool.
Not good.
I'm a straight guy, but that's not cool.
Yeah, they're going for the Straits of Hormuz, but they're not willing to protect the gays of Hormuz.
So we have a lot of these memes this week. Temu delivery guy crossing the Strait of Hormuz to deliver my fake Rolex. My AliExpress delivery guy crossing the Strait of Hormuz to deliver a $3 package. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. You know what? I'm going to close it even harder.
But the main thing is, you bunch of fuckers, despite the provocation from the cavalry, no fighting. Right? No fighting. No fucking fighting. No fighting. No fucking fighting! Good. Get the fucking...
New York Times reported this week that Iran is unable to fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz because it cannot find all the mines that it deployed. Ahmed, where are the mines? In the ocean. You were supposed to mark them on the map.
I just want a president president back that has discernment, just knows when to lie to the people, how much truth to give out, you know? He kidnapped the Venezuelan president. He kidnapped this man. He took him. And then he just got on the news and told us exactly why. He was like, he got oil, I want it, so I took him and I'm gonna take it. It's like, bro, you're not supposed to tell us that. Plenty of presidents have done what you did, but they know to lie to us, make us feel good about it. Now I'm a part of your crime, dog. I don't want to be a part of your crime. The American people are like mob wives. We don't want to know where the fur coat came from. We just want to put it on and look pretty. Chill out. He stresses me out. I'm tired of the truth seekers, too. I got a lot of truth seekers in my family. I got a cousin, he a janitor. He need the man in the truth. I need the truth. I'm like, why, bro? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with this truth? Janitor better? Like, what do you need it for? I don't want any more truth from this man. He told us the truth about COVID. He wasn't supposed to do that. That was crazy. I was watching the press conference. He told us the whole truth. Lab in Wuhan, the whole thing. At first when he was saying, I was like, this gotta be lies. But then he started saying words that were too big for him. And I was like, uh-oh, somebody told him this. He told us the truth about aliens. Only sitting world leader to ever say that aliens are real and Area 51 is real. That is ridiculous. I remember the day it happened. I was watching Judge Judy. That's how casually he gives out this type of information.
In a surprise development, France has surrendered amid the Israel-Iran conflict. Let's go to Trere for the latest.
That's right, Raj. They surrendered last night. They just don't know to who yet.
Ursula von der Leyen put out her lovely message about the ceasefire between the US and Iran. European leaders helping to negotiate ceasefire in Iran. I thought Keir Starmer was the worst of all, personally.
Well, we've just reached this ceasefire, which is both welcome, and I think there'll be a sense of real relief. There certainly is across the region and for the United Kingdom. But there's work to do, and I'm here in Saudi Arabia.
His face speaks for the nation. And it came to people's attention this week that one of the questions on a British citizenship test is what celebrates the end of Ramadan? And this is real. This is actually really on there. Even Senator Kennedy has something to say about Keir Starmer.
Prime Minister Starmer, I shouldn't have said what I said. Your testicles aren't on back order from Amazon. I take it back. He also is trying to give President Trump advice about how to conduct the war. That's a little bit like seeking the advice of a nun about sex. Sir Keir Starmer is the last person you would want to go to advise you about how to have a military.
And I'm very happy to tell you that we have more clips from Senator Kennedy this week.
Said, Scooter, there are only two things I have to do in this world: be cool and die. By 10 o'clock, I want to follow Jesus, but I want to slap somebody. She must be bilingual. She must speak English and stupid. They try to out-weird each other all the time. I've said this repeatedly. We don't need more gun control. We need more idiot control. This person has single-handedly put an end to dumb blonde jokes. They hate Dr. Zeus. They hate Mr. Potato Head. God created the world, but everything else is made in China. I'm not going to bubble wrap it, folks. The water in Washington, D.C. is not going to clear up until you get the pigs out of the creek. And I've seen them, all 4 feet and their snout in the trough. Well, that's not going to happen. That'll happen when donkeys fly. Trust in God, but tie up your camel.
So this is another old clip, but this is Trump playing tennis with, I think it was Serena Williams, yeah. I had no idea he was this good. I had to double check this was real and that it wasn't AI. People have been saying recently they don't believe that kids in the future will believe that Trump was actually real. They'll think he was just some sort of like AI generation. Wales psychiatrist says kids 100 years from now are never going to believe that Trump was a real person. And Brita says, I hardly believe it now. If anything, this clip will be the thing that turns future generations into Trump as collective mass hallucination theorists.
Squashing the rebellion is a $32 billion industry. So this next task is really going to be fantastic. You will be judged by these two executives, and based on their report, one of you will be fired. Ah, and sliced into tiny pieces by a lightsaber. I like your style. The problem is, you're not selling it hard enough, Darth. You tell them this is the biggest, the best, absolutely the most technologically sophisticated battle station ever in the entire galaxy. It's not just any Death Star, it's the Trump Death Star. Boy, you guys really blew it. You had this huge Death Star thing going, and some squeaky kid from Tatooine slips in and destroys the whole shebang. Whose fault is this?
Sir, Lord Vader was in charge of marketing.
Is that true?
I meant to say, I was in charge of marketing.
You're fired. Oh, I see now. You're fired. I like that. You're fired. I really like that.
Or this one. I mean, fair enough, kids of the future, if you're watching this. Fair enough if you don't believe he's real. And just to round it off, this was just so funny. The Trump daddy thing has been revisited. NATO SecGen Rutt, I think his name is pronounced Rutt, he was asked about whether or not he still calls President Trump daddy.
Well, on the daddy thing, this is a language problem. What happens is the following. I have to explain to you, because it follows me a little bit. I can assure you. No, we had a sort of pre-summit meeting, the president and I, in June in The Hague. And he had been very angry that day with Iran and with Israel. This was in June last year. And in Dutch, you would say, hey, the translation of your father is daddy. And I said, hey, yeah, sometimes daddy has to be angry. So I was not calling him my daddy, but saying. But of course, daddy has also a special connotation. And I now have to live with this the rest of my life. And I own it, and the president owns it, because he brought out T-shirts, he made a movie, Daddy is Home, and he returned to the United States. This was so funny. And this is why I like him so much.
Brilliant. So I just wanted to go through the Buy Me a Coffees from the last couple of weeks. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. Helen didn't leave a message, but thank you so much for your kindness and for supporting the channel. Big shout out to you. MB Mom says, Emily, just wanted to let you know how much my husband and I enjoy your videos. You have such a sweet nature that shines through the screen. You always brighten our day, and puppies never hurt, of course. God bless you, dear. We wish you much success. Thank you so much. That is the sweetest message. I really appreciate your kindness. And thank you for such a generous donation. That is just so sweet. Thank you. Larry says, just started viewing and I'm impressed. Thanks for a breath of non-stale, non-propaganda air. You're very welcome, Larry. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it, and welcome to the channel. Thank you. Peter says, I'm sorry it's not more. You're delightful. I love your show. No, thank you so much, Peter. Your support in general just means so much to me. I always say, even just like comments, subscribers, people who like the video, just viewing the video, I appreciate it so much that you guys take the time to come to the channel. So thank you so much. Todd says, so well done, Emily. Signed, matcha latte sipping, hunting, hockey playing, helicopter flying, retired Mountie, and Emily Purple weekly cheering, Todd. That's a little bit of a tongue twister, but thank you so much, Todd. SFC Sully says, hey, go buy yourself something pretty. Thank you so much. It's lovely to hear from you again, and I really appreciate your ongoing support. So glad that you're still enjoying the videos on the channel. And lastly but not least, Ronan says, still a ray of sunshine. I pray for continued success and good health. Thank you for being a bright, warm spot in a cold, dark world. God bless, Ronan. Well, thank you so much for such a lovely, kind message, Ronan, and thank you for your amazing, amazing support. I so appreciate your prayers and your kindness, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much to all of you guys. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the channel still. I hope you have a really, really great week, and hopefully I won't have any technical difficulties next week and everything will be back to normal schedule. Don't forget, you can tag me in any funny clips or memes that you see on X, and you can also watch these videos on Rumble and X too. So yeah, have a great week and I will see you next time.